It's 1999 and Salesforce is launching their new product, but here's the catch. No one really knows what cloud computing means yet. Mark Benioff isn't just selling software, he's inventing a new category of business. But how do you create a market from scratch? If you think having the best product wins, you're about to get schooled. Most companies fight tooth and nail in bloody markets. But category kings, they play a different game, one so new it reshapes the whole playing field. In 1999, Mark Benioff was pitching Salesforce's cloud CRM well before the term cloud computing was mainstream. It wasn't just software. It was a revolutionary way to think about business software. Beyond features, Mark was defining a new category. Instead of fighting Microsoft in traditional software battles, he built a fresh market where Salesforce could rule. Think of category design like a brilliant magician's trick. It doesn't just dazzle, it rewires how you see reality. The authors describe this shift as category conditioning, a cognitive reboot that changes what people expect and want. Like a new language, customers start thinking differently, making your product not just wanted but needed. Here's the kicker. Companies that build categories create new demand no one saw before. They don't compete on existing rules, they change the rules. This means you aren't beating competitors. You're winning by default because you own what customers didn't even know to ask for. It's not enough to invent a product category. You need to tell a legendary story that shapes how everyone thinks and how they choose. But stories don't magically fix themselves. IKEA didn't just sell cheap furniture. They rewrote the script on buying furniture. By crafting a story where self-assembly meant affordable, cool design, they created a new category. Customers stopped expecting delivery or assembly. They embraced IKEA's DIY adventure, changing buying habits worldwide. Category design hinges on framing problems differently. Instead of selling cheap or nice, the story has to position the category as the only real solution. The authors liken this to setting a mental trapdoor. Once you open it, customers see the world through your frame and your category becomes irreplaceable. Why does this work? Because humans are wired to conserve mental energy by sticking to existing stories. Storytelling nudges them gently but firmly into new paradigms. This rewiring doesn't just inform, it changes buying behavior, making your category the default choice. Launching a category is just the start. The real magic is dominating it for years, even decades. How do category kings keep their throne without slipping? Amazon started as a simple online bookstore, but Jeff Bezos had his eyes on more, owning the online retail category entirely. Over decades, Amazon evolved the category from convenience to trust, speed, and endless selection. That relentless expansion kept customers loyal and locked competitors out. Category design isn't a one-time stunt. It's a continuous discipline like tuning an instrument. The authors compare it to gardening. You plant the seed with a story, then continually nurture it as customers' needs and the market evolve. This ongoing care keeps the category fresh and your brand at the center. When you dominate a category, you don't just own sales, you own habits. Customers instinctively reach for you because you change the playing field in their minds. Category kings hijack deeper buying behaviors, making challenges near impossible for followers to break through. Remember Salesforce in 1999? Mark Benioff didn't just sell software, he sold a whole new way of doing business. That's category design in action. If you're building something new, don't just ask, is my product better? Ask, what game am I playing? Try this. Pick your problem, frame the category story, and own it so well customers can't imagine life without it. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.